art of aggression. So you're fighting fire with fire, and it really didn't seem to work out at all. But we do have, it looks like M2K
and Boss.
Whoever's M2K and Trela.
Yeah, exactly.
Now this I've been waiting to see. I mean, all of Anti's matches, I should say. He's been preparing a lot for this. Long Island's been putting a lot of practice in, and Anti's just been looking spot on lately.
Now, you know, I think this has got to be like probably the worst nightmare kind of team for Mew2King and Trela, because if I was trying to pull off the Anubis combo, I would not want to be fighting a Game & Watch, and I would not want to be fighting a Meta Knight as skilled as Anti. So we got to see where this ends up.
Wow, and he already connects with an Aura Sphere, but as you were saying, seeing that Game & Watch with the bucket, it creates a very scary scenario because Trela's going to have a hard time throwing those Aura Spheres around that would normally give him stage control, keep the other teammate thrown off, and let him rack up damage. Now he can't do that, and it might make him uncomfortable to the point where the team's going to struggle a little bit. They've been holding up well thus far, but I think, like you said, that Game & Watch is going to create some fear.
Now, the one flaw I do notice is that, that footstool will end the stock, and that will put Blue Team in a tremendous lead. The one thing I do notice is that Boss is looking for those early kills. That's something that Boss has always favored a lot as a player. There you see, he gets a down smash, ends the stock. You know, he plays Luigi, he plays Game & Watch. He wants to make sure that you are dead when you're anywhere near high percent. But I don't feel like that's going to be the most effective strategy versus Trela, because Trela has that stock to throw away. You know, the first stock on Trela doesn't matter, and they really need to focus on getting damage on Mew2King, because they're going to find themselves with a real problem in Trela if they leave Mew2King at a meager 28%. You know, if Mew2King is just playing Marvel and just, you know, being an assist character only, while Trela is just leveling up, getting stronger and stronger, it's going to be a really big problem. They're not going to be able to deal with this, you know, the next 2 minutes into the match.
And Boss's game plan is really going to matter a lot here. Anti can match up against M2K, but the big problem Boss is going to see is M2K just came off losses to Vinny, so you know he's going to be well versed in his Game & Watch matchup. Overall, I just think that Anti should be taking M2K, because not to mention Lucario has a rough matchup against Game & Watch. It just seems favorable in both those positions for Game & Watch just to be fighting Lucario and taking full advantage, as opposed to fighting M2K and taking all the punishment he's taking when he has a teammate very well capable of dealing with M2K and MK as a character.
Yeah, I think that the really difficult part about fighting, you know, Mew2King and Trela is that Mew2King is not just any Meta Knight. You know, he has a really safe yet aggressive playstyle that really makes the Anubis combo shine. As you can see, you know, Mew2King's been spending a lot of time on the edge, but he is only at 84% and has been doing a significant amount of follow-ups of, you know, assists, you know, his own combos, and just playing on the stage, being safe.
And pardon me, but check the stock count right now. I think it says everything. I
mean,
this is kind of horrifying. The guy has not lost a stock yet and has no intents of it. I mean, if you want to talk about Anubis combo, we're not seeing M2K go anywhere anytime soon.
For sure, and
yeah, that's going to be an early.
Trela is absurdly powerful now. It's just going to be ridiculous. The more Trela gets hit, the stronger he's going to get, and he's already got that 2-stock bonus.
And you can just see by the size of the Aura Sphere, getting around is going to be hard enough, let alone getting around M2K at the ledge. M2K and Trela really seeming to be a favorable team here today, asserting great dominance and showing true power in what was considered gimmick combo a couple years ago.
I'm very interested to see Anubis versus Heal. You know, if M2K and Trela do manage to advance from this set,
what a theory battle that is.
It's going to be, you know, either next match or the match after that, them versus Esam and Mekos, and I cannot wait for it.
Yeah. And this is what I'm loving about commentating SKTAR. Not only do we have some great commentating personalities, but these matches are beyond hype right now, and this is something I've been waiting for all summer long.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely the highlight event of the summer. You know, of the year, if not for Apex, but...
And if you're not here, shout-outs to Chibo for giving this to you guys at home. Not a stream contesting it right now, and man, I'm just glad you all could see this, because if you're missing out on this, I feel sorry for you guys.
Definitely, you know, I wouldn't be anywhere else right now. M2K, again, just making really safe. He knows, okay, you know what, my glide attack is completely safe, so yeah, I'm going to approach this situation with glide attack. Then he analyzes the situation super quickly, and he says, all right, you know, am I going to be able to do any follow-ups? If yes, then he goes in, does a follow-up, helps Trela out a little bit. If not, forget it, he's out. And as you can see, he just tornadoed in. He said, all right, this is safe. Everybody's really farming tornado in. If someone does something dumb, they're getting hit by tornado. The second he sees Boss, it's over. Now, Mew2King missteps, does an extra detail.
And now a little look from the sidelines here. I'm taking a look at Anti's face. He is not a happy person right now. It looks like he's struggling. The team is struggling. a bit of momentum being lost. So from a player basis, it's not looking too good on their side. And for anyone tuning in at home, please just always keep taking a look at those percents to just note that M2K is having no worry about percent damage whatsoever. Sitting at 4 since I think about almost 9.5 minutes in there was when that 4 occurred. So he's just spending minutes on end not taking damage.
He just traded a grab with 1 hit of back air, so now he's at 7.
Watch out for this man. He's taking single-digit percents.
Yeah. That's going to be a hit.
Oh,
and there goes Boss's first stock. Now, I have to say, I respect the longevity of Green Team right now. I mean, Boss just lost the first stock of Green Team, and, Anti is at kill percent, but I'm not so worried about Anti dying right now.
No, I'm not so much worried about Anti dying either. I mean, Anti is the striving force behind this team. He's taken on Trela on multiple occasions in this match already. He's done a very good job against him. Same story with M2K. He's just choosing not to take the route of standing next to the ledge trying to deal with M2K planking. He doesn't want to waste the time, and he doesn't want to take the damage. He's really got to do what he can against Trela and try and create a situation here, because Boss has been struggling, and it's starting to show.
Now, another thing that I really like about the Trela M2K strategy is that M2K realizes, okay, you know what? I need to remain safe, but at the same time, I'm not going to leave Trela out to dry, because one of the reasons that Anubis has failed in the past, outside of really remarkable players like Mew2King and Lee Martin, and teams of the such, is just, against two very, very skilled players, Lucario can be singled out on the 2v1, even on that very powerful last stock. Even with all the safe, powerful options Lucario has, there's a limit to just how much Lucario can do by himself. There's always the threat of, wow, I have to fight Boss and I have to fight Anti by myself. But Mew2King doesn't really make it happen that way. Mew2King says, alright, I just have to make sure I don't die. But as long as I don't die, then I'm going to make sure that Trela is not doing this alone. And that's really what's going to give them the edge in this Anubis strategy right now.
And I think that's the whole matchup stretch right there, is that with M2K really helping Trela out and making this team shine, I haven't seen that much from Anti and M2K, and it really looks like the team strategy is way in Trela and M2K's favor right now, just because of the fact that they've been executing to a T, whereas the counter strategy of M2K and Game & Watch really hasn't been working out the way you would have thought at first.
Well, that team pressure, that up smash, forward smash, that was just completely ridiculous. I mean, it definitely, I won't say won the match. I mean, not by far, Blue Team still has the lead, but it brought them back.
And I don't think Anti's going to be sharing any stocks right now.
No, he knew that he was already dead, and he said, Boss, I'm sorry, I'm going to need this one. So now we have Anti. He has to take out Trela and 2 stocks of Mew2King. So one might say that the game is already over, because while Anti is definitely amongst the most skilled of players, 2 stocks of Mew2King with the Trela assist is just a lot to ask for.
And just yet again, M2K with 20% on his second stock here. I mean, the guy is defining living long, and there's just no sign of stopping it. He's using Trela as a forefront for the attacks, really abusing the Anubis now, getting the range, getting the damage, and anytime Anti really makes a smart decision and gets around Trela, M2K is there to punish every single time, as we just saw.
Mew2King showing that his claims of bad reaction time are bogus. He has not let Anti roll into him once. He has always put the F-tilt pressure on immediately.
Exposed in the most complimentary way ever.
And that will be the set.
And Anti's had enough. That's a walk-off.
Yeah, for sure.
Still showing some good sportsmanship, giving dabs to everyone, but man, you can tell the frustration in that matchup, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. Mew2King and Trela will advance. They're definitely having fun.
So we have 3 major teams right now that we've seen throughout the past 3 matches.